What's up, guys? It's Brandon Flash. Today, you're joining me with the cheapest new Tesla Model 3 long-range rear-wheel drive that you can now lease for $250 per month. And I'm going to show you everything that you get. So as I mentioned, you can lease this car for $250 a month, or actually less, with a referral code that I'll put down below. If you find these videos helpful, hopefully you'll use my referral code down below. But let's jump in. I'll show you everything that you get with this car. So let's start in the trunk here. We are at the window sticker, and this is the 2025 Tesla Model 3 long-range rear-wheel drive, which is Tesla's cheapest model that they sell new today. As you can see here, we have the window sticker. So this car is $35,000 base for the Model 3. Not that you can buy a $35,000 Model 3, though you kind of can. Then we have the long-range rear-wheel drive, so that's $74,990, which puts the MSRP of this car at $42,990, plus destination and dock fee $13,990. Unfortunately, you can't get out of that, so puts it at $43,880. Or right now, Tesla is actually offering $2,500 off if you were to purchase or finance one of these, or $500 off if you were to lease one of these with a referral code, which I'll have mine down below. This car is rated for 363 miles of range, or 25 kilowatt hour per 100 miles, or 250 watt hour per mile. And this has actually been verified by Out of Spec to be underrated compared to reality at 70 miles per hour, which is just absolutely incredible. And this car in particular is the stealth gray with the black interior, which is the most base trim that you can get of this vehicle as far as configuration. This car has not a single option. This is, you go to Tesla.com, you go to Model 3, and this is the base. It has the 18-inch aero wheels, stealth gray exterior, black interior. But this car is just unbelievably well equipped for the value, or for the price of this car. You can actually get this car after referral credit and the federal tax credit, if applicable, if you were to purchase this, for $32,500 roughly, plus destination and dock, which for a brand new, very long range, 350 plus rear wheel range Tesla that drives itself is absolutely incredible. Or you can lease one for $249 a month with $3,000-ish down. Of course, depends on your state and taxes and such, but that's the base advertised offer. And let me just show you everything that you get for that. So we're back here. We have the window sticker. So that I already showed you guys there. 363 miles rated range. $43,880 is the sticker price, but as I mentioned, you can get some discounts there. Here we have the J1772 adapter. So this is what allows you to charge at non-Tesla AC charging stations. So like at home, if you have a non-Tesla, if you're at a hotel and they have a Clipper Creek, or if you're at a like Rivian Waypoint charger, this will not work for DC fast charging or any sort of fast charging, but this is quite useful. Here you have your front plate bracket. So this just sticks on, as you can see, with those red strips. And then this goes on the front of your car if you need it. But in North Carolina, you don't need that. So that's just tucked back here. There should also be some screws in there for the rear plate and for the front plate to attach to that bracket. Do not put screws into your front bumper. They go into the bracket. So here we have the full trunk, which is quite large. Under here we have some more storage. Hopefully you guys can get a good view of that. So this is pretty deep, probably a foot or so deep at its lowest point. And then you have this cover here, or you can actually slide this forward if you want to leave this open to have even more space without having to like store this in any other way. And of course your seats can fold down as well. You've got two lights up there, so there and there. And this is actually a power trunk, which is great on a base car that you can get so cheap, just like that. You have the taillights that are built into the trunk assembly. You have your release down here, as I can show you here, just like that. And it's pretty quick, opens pretty wide. We'll shut that again. We'll then come around to the front, into the front trunk, because of course it's electric and it is it has a frunk. Here we have even more storage. This is not super big. I'd say this is about the same or maybe a little bit smaller than the under trunk storage. And here you have your tow hook in case you ever need it, but hopefully you never do. This, you pop off the cover right here. And then there's actually some jump leads here. So if your car is ever completely dead, you can actually hook up a 9-volt battery behind here. That will pop your front trunk, but only if the car is dead. So don't think that you can just use that to break into one of these cars. And then that will pop your front trunk in order to then replace your low voltage battery. But now that Tesla has switched to lithium iron phosphate low voltage batteries, that should be a lot less common than when they previously used the lead acid 12-volt batteries. Here you have your washer fluid fill, which is nice and convenient, so very low. And in the front, so you're not having to be all the way back here. And this hood opens really wide. So this actually reminds me of older Mercedes that had kind of two hood settings. They had a lower setting and then basically an all the way up service setting. This is like a Mercedes service setting. It's not quite vertical, but very close to it. And then you have this useful storage here for things that you may not access as often, but still want to keep in your car. Or if you have like smelly takeout or whatever, you can put it up here. We'll shut that. You generally want to just press carefully in the middle there. 2 hands if you can, but of course I did it with 1 hand. And then right up here is where that front plate bracket would go. And there's some instructions on the back of that front plate bracket to help you align that properly. Let's go to the back seat. So here we have the nice door card. So of course, power windows, that's a given. Here you have your door opening button that releases the latch. And then you have a manual release down here as well if needed, but hopefully never needed. Here you have your back seat, which can fold down. You do have to put the seat forward a bit in order to get that down. I have the seat all the way back for my height, which is 6'3". But that way you can have even more larger cargo back there. This is a 60-40 split. So this is the 60 side, that's the 40 side. You have your nice cup holders back here with the little rubber holding area. There's not a ski pass through here, unfortunately. So in order to put long items into this car, you would have to fold down one side of the folding seats. And let me show you guys the back seat screen as well. Fortunately, the legroom is not great back here. Just like that. So the seat is set for me at 6'3", so really not ideal legroom space behind me. And here we have the back seat screen. So we'll tap that to turn on the fan back here. So you actually have power vents, so you can guide those as you wish, just like that, which I think is a little unnecessary, but kind of cool, I guess. Here you have your heated seats in the back, which this would be great if this is an Uber or something, you can control that yourself. And the passenger front seat, you can actually move forward and back as you wish, just like as you can see it moving right here. You have your music here, so you can do that. You can actually adjust volume even, just like that, which is cool. You can have your Netflix, YouTube, Hulu, Twitch, Tesla tutorials all the way back here. And then you also have some games back here that you can even connect a controller if you wish. So you can have 2048. So this is a game I like to play on airplanes, pastime. I don't think I've ever actually played it in my car, but you have it here. And then you also have the ability to connect Bluetooth headphones back here to have the audio go on there. You have your Bluetooth or screen brightness that you can sync to your front screen, or you can set separately if you want it to be darker if you have kids back here or whatever. And then there's your climate control, so your fan settings. You can have it be towards you, up, so you have some presets there as well. So very nice little feature there. You also have your outside temperature 67 degrees and your time 3:07 p.m. Here you have your pretty nice little map pockets, as they are commonly called, with an elastic band there. It's nice that these are actually solid versus how Teslas previously have had just kind of like a, not canvas, but kind of like a bag almost attached to the back of the seat, for lack of a better descriptor, that can kind of expand and get damaged over time as you use it, especially if you keep things in there. And there you can see the door card in the sun. So it's a really nice kind of twill material almost that should be very nicely wearing as well. And you have some speakers. You of course have your giant glass roof in the back. So that's actually your whole back window. Then you have your glass roof in the middle and your windshield. So let's go up to the front seat and I'll show you guys what's included up there. And before we go into the front seat, let me show you the tires on this specific one. So this one has Michelin's and they are Primacy all season and they are T0 spec 235/45 R18 and they're W speed rated. And this car has a max speed of 125 miles per hour. Here you have the driver door card. So you have your emergency release here for the door. So you can pull that. That's a manual release. Otherwise you have your button there as well. Your 4 window controls. Here you have this new kind of hook that improves your passenger safety, or driver safety, I guess in this case. It actually makes the door part of the entire side structure. So for side impact protection, it's even safer than it was before. And these are already one of the safest cars on the road. And then we're getting into the car. So this is something that I find very stupid, that it does not have turn signal stock. So we'll start the car here. There we go. So here we have how you activate the turn signals. So you have to actually press this button or like that, which I think is really dumb for a car that should be a great seller. So are there bigger fish to fry? Probably. Is this still a great value? Yes. But I still think they should have put the stock like they put in the refresh Model Y. Maybe they will do that. Who knows? So let's show you some things that are included up here. So we have this whole center console. So that pushes forward and stays. You have your 12 volt, or actually more like 16 volt outlet right there. This slides back for your cup holders. These cup holders are fixed in place, and then you have a light down there. So no more outlets in there, unfortunately. I do find it pretty silly that they took out the USB-C outlets in this front section. So that's definitely something that Tesla should bring back. I don't know why they got rid of those. So we can shut that. That's pretty nice. So the center console is held down by magnets and has nice little rubber pads here so that it doesn't go down too hard. Back here you have a USB-C outlet. I believe that is 65 watt. And instead of having your 12 volt outlet in here like you would on the Model Y, there's nothing else in here. You have a light up here, as you can see on my hand, and then just the USB-C outlet, as I already showed. And then this is a smaller section than it is on previous cars. So some people have made aftermarket little cubbies that you can put here. Wouldn't be too useful on the refresh Model 3. So that shuts quite nicely there. You of course have your very nice seats. So these are actually ventilated, which on a base model car is just crazy. So let me show you guys here. So we have auto, heat, or cool. So you can turn on cooling and then you'll actually get airflow. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but you can hear the fan running lightly to actually ventilate the seats here for the passenger, or you can turn that off, of course. We'll turn that on for my seat, actually, because that sounds nice. You also have your power vents, so you can control them like that, just like that. You have your climate keep, dog mode, and camp mode. And then you also have your touchscreen for shift controls, which I think also is a bit dumb, but maybe not as big of a deal in an FSD world, because this car can actually somewhat drive itself, as crazy as that is. I'll give you guys a demo of that at the end, but let's pop the glove box, see what's in there. Here you have your little safety information manual, required documentation. You also have a little flash drive here. So this is 128 gigabytes and not covered under new vehicle warranty. And then that just goes into the USB-A port under there. And this shuts nicely with magnets, pretty firmly actually. And then here you have your 2 wireless chargers. So this is, wireless charging. I'm not a huge fan of wireless charging, but it works fine. This is also your key reader if you use the key cards. I'll put that back in a second. And then up here is where you have your manual shifting if needed. So park, reverse, neutral, drive if you need that, but hopefully you don't. And they hide pretty well. And that's a change from the Model S and X that have the additional shifters down here. I think that's a better spot for them. That way they're a little bit more hidden. You also have your hazards button up here. Camera button, your autopilot set is pressing in the center. Wipers, which I'm not going to do to keep the car clean. Voice command, flash your high beams or set your auto high beams. You can also hold. This is just 4 additional settings, or pause or volume, and then your turn signals as well. So here you also have your ambient light. So let me turn that on. That is off by default during the day. We'll go into lights and then turn on to on. And let's set it to, I like purple. We'll crank up the brightness so you can see that looks very nice and even goes all the way to the back seat. So it's a full wraparound. And then shout out to Enhanced Auto with the sexy knob. They also have the commander, and that lets you do a whole lot of additional functions with that ambient light, which I highly recommend. I think that's a great addition and makes it super useful. And then your owner's manual is actually in the service tab here. You'll go to owner's manual, and then this will be updated over time with different software updates and such to make sure that you always have the latest version. And before we fully go, let me give you guys a demo of what it looks like to do full self-driving. So you just press and hold. This car has brake to confirm turned on, so I just tap the brake to confirm, but you can turn that off. And then it literally just goes, and sometimes it will park itself. Otherwise, you might just have to park it. When it's done, it will turn, it will brake, it will accelerate. Everything you need to do when driving, it will do it for you. You just have to pay attention, make sure it's not going to mess up, which it does pretty rarely these days. But FSD is just, it's a killer feature. I can't believe I'm saying that because I've been an FSD skeptic for so long, but it is really good. Hopefully you guys found this informational. If you did, and this leads you to pick up a Model 3 or any other Tesla model, definitely use my referral link down below in the description and in the pinned comment. If you have any questions, comment down below. Either myself or one of the other commenters can help you out. And if this video was useful to you, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you guys for watching.